Morning sunlight filtered through the palace windows as Mara prepared for another day of work. Although she had accepted Princess Zara's unexpected offer of friendship, something about the encounter continued to trouble her. The princess had smiled warmly, spoken gently, and apologized sincerely, yet there had been a strange coldness hidden behind her eyes. Mara tried to dismiss the feeling. Perhaps she was only imagining things. After everything that had happened with the missing necklace, maybe she had become overly cautious. She picked up the basket of fresh flowers she had gathered from the palace garden and made her way toward the queen's private chambers. Along the corridor, several servants greeted her with smiles. "Good morning, Mara." "Good morning. It seems Her Majesty trusts you even more now." Mara smiled modestly. "I only pray to continue serving faithfully." Inside the queen's chambers, Queen Nnenna was reading several letters while enjoying her morning tea. She looked up as Mara entered. "Good morning, Your Majesty." "Good morning, my child." The queen noticed the flowers immediately. "They're beautiful. I thought they might brighten your room." "They certainly have." Mara carefully arranged the flowers inside a crystal vase. The queen watched her quietly. "You seem distracted." Mara hesitated. "I'm fine, Your Majesty." The queen smiled knowingly. "You've never been good at hiding your thoughts." Mara lowered her eyes. "I was only thinking about my family. The medicine for your father. Is it helping?" "Yes, Your Majesty. Thank you for asking. If you ever need additional assistance, don't be afraid to tell me." Mara quickly bowed. "You've already done more than enough." Queen Nnenna nodded but remained thoughtful. Ever since the necklace incident, she had begun paying closer attention to everyone inside the palace. Someone had tried to frame Mara. That person had failed. But would they stop? Deep inside, the queen doubted it. Far across the palace, Princess Zara sat inside her private sitting room with Ivy. A large map of the palace lay across the table. Ivy pointed towards several servant quarters. "Mara usually cleans the east wing on Mondays. And the library, Tuesdays. The gardens, Wednesdays." Princess Zara smiled. "So predictable." Ivy looked uncertain. "Your Highness, are we really doing this?" Princess Zara glanced at her sharply. "Do you suddenly feel sorry for her?" "No." "Good." Zara folded the map carefully. "The necklace plan failed because we moved too quickly. This time we won't rush. We'll become part of her life. We'll earn her complete trust. And then..." She smiled. "She'll destroy herself." Meanwhile, Mara spent the afternoon carrying fresh linens to the royal guest wing. As she rounded one corner, she nearly bumped into Prince Daniel. The basket slipped from her hands. "Oh." The prince caught it before it hit the floor. "You should be more careful." "I'm so sorry, Your Highness." He handed the basket back to her. "No harm done." She thanked him and continued walking. Prince Daniel watched her disappear down the hallway. Captain Ibrahim approached moments later. "Your Highness, you've investigated the necklace incident?" "Yes. And we still haven't found the thief." Daniel frowned. "Someone inside this palace tried to frame an innocent servant." "Exactly. I don't like unanswered questions." "Neither do I." Daniel looked once more toward the corridor where Mara had vanished. "Keep investigating quietly. I don't want rumors spreading." "Yes, Your Highness." Later that day, Princess Zara unexpectedly visited the servants' courtyard. Every servant immediately bowed. "You may rise." Her warm smile surprised everyone. "I've come to spend some time with Mara." Several maids exchanged confused glances. The princess had never willingly visited the servants' quarters before. "Mara." "Yes, Your Highness. I thought perhaps we could have lunch together." The entire courtyard fell silent. One servant nearly dropped a bucket in shock. Mara blinked in disbelief. "With me?" "Of course. If we're going to be friends, we should actually spend time together." Mara felt uncomfortable refusing. "If that pleases Your Highness." It does. The two women walked toward one of the palace gardens while Ivy followed several steps behind. Beautiful fountains sparkled beneath the afternoon sun. Colorful birds flew between flowering trees. Princess Zara appeared cheerful. So tell me about your village. Mara smiled. It's peaceful. Everyone knows everyone. My father used to farm before he became ill. My mother sells vegetables whenever she can. And your childhood? It wasn't wealthy. But we were happy. Princess Zara listened carefully. Every answer quietly settled inside her memory. She casually asked another question. Do you have brothers or sisters? No. So your parents depend entirely on you? Yes. I see. Ivy silently observed. She realized Zara wasn't making conversation. She was collecting information. Every answer became another weapon waiting to be used. After lunch, Princess Zara presented Mara with a small embroidered handkerchief. A gift. Your Highness, I can't accept this. I insist. Friends exchange gifts. Reluctantly, Mara accepted it. Thank you. Princess Zara smiled sweetly. You're welcome. That evening, Mara returned home carrying fresh vegetables the Queen had given her. Her mother greeted her warmly. You're home. Yes, Mama. Her father looked healthier than before. The medicine is working. That's wonderful. During dinner, Mara mentioned the princess's apology. Her mother frowned. She invited you to lunch? Yes. And she wants to be your friend? That's what she said. Silence filled the room. Finally, her father spoke. Be respectful. But never forget who people are. Mama. Her mother sighed. Sometimes powerful people smile because they genuinely care. And sometimes they smile because they want something. Don't be naive. I won't. Still, something inside Mara wanted to believe the princess had changed. Back at the palace, Princess Zara entered the private study of Lord Benedict, one of the royal advisors who had always supported her ambitions. You requested to see me, Your Highness? Yes. I need information. What kind? Mara's family. Lord Benedict looked surprised. The servant girl? I want to know everything. Who visits them? What debts they have? Who owns their land? If they have enemies? If anyone in the village dislikes them? He hesitated. May I ask why? You may. But I won't answer. The old advisor lowered his head. As you wish. After he left, Ivy stepped forward. Your Highness. Isn't this becoming dangerous? Princess Zara turned slowly. You've asked me that question before. I know. But she's innocent. Innocent. Zara laughed softly. Innocent people become dangerous when they stand between me and what I want. What exactly does she have that you want? For the first time, Princess Zara's smile disappeared. The Queen likes her. The servants admire her. The prince respects her. And everywhere she goes. People trust her. She clenched her fists. People should admire me. They should speak about me. They should trust me. Not a servant. Ivy finally understood. This had never truly been about the necklace. It was jealousy. Simple, deep, dangerous jealousy. The following morning, Queen Amina summoned Captain Ibrahim. I need additional security. Has something happened, Your Majesty? No, but I feel something is coming. I can't explain it. I understand. Assign trustworthy guards around the palace. And quietly observe everyone, especially the areas near the royal treasury. As you command. Unknown to both of them, one palace guard standing outside the chamber overheard every word. Later that afternoon, he secretly slipped into an abandoned storage room beneath the western tower. Princess Zara was already waiting. You took your time. My apologies, Your Highness. What did the Queen say? The Queen has ordered increased surveillance. Zara remained calm. So? She's becoming suspicious. Yes. Did she mention me? No. Good. The guard lowered his voice. What about our agreement? You promised my family's debts would disappear. Princess Zara placed a small pouch of gold coins into his hand. This is only the beginning. Remain loyal. You'll receive the rest. The guard nodded gratefully. I won't disappoint you. As he left, Ivy stepped from the shadows. You've bribed one of the palace guards. I've bribed several. Princess Zara answered without emotion. Information wins wars. That same evening, Mara finished arranging the royal dining hall before heading toward the servants' quarters. Halfway there, she heard muffled crying. She followed the sound into one of the smaller courtyards. A young kitchen maid sat alone beside the well. What happened? The girl wiped away tears. My brother is sick. I don't have enough money for medicine. Without hesitation, Mara reached into her small purse. She handed over nearly all the coins she had earned that week. Take this. I can't. You need it more than I do. The young maid burst into tears. Thank you. I'll repay you someday. You don't have to. Neither of them realized that Prince Daniel had witnessed the entire exchange from a nearby balcony. He watched silently until Mara disappeared into the darkness. Captain Ibrahim approached moments later. You wished to see me, Your Highness? Daniel nodded toward the courtyard. Who was that servant? Mara. The same one from the necklace incident. Daniel remained quiet for a long moment. Interesting. What is Your Highness? Someone who has very little, yet willingly gives almost everything away. He turned toward the palace. People like that are rare. Far above them, hidden behind an upstairs window, Princess Zara had also witnessed the scene. Her eyes narrowed. So now even the prince admires her. Her fingers tightened against the window frame until her knuckles turned white. This ends soon. I don't care how. But Mara's good reputation will become the reason everyone turns against her. A slow smile spread across Zara's face as another, far more dangerous plan began taking shape in her mind. Somewhere deep within the palace archives, an old royal document was quietly removed from its shelf by unseen hands. Whoever took it carefully wrapped it in dark cloth before disappearing into the shadows. The missing document had the royal seal upon it. If it surfaced in the wrong place, it would be considered an act of treason rather than simple theft. Before dawn, the palace remained wrapped in silence. The servants had not yet begun their morning duties, and the long marble corridors were illuminated only by flickering lanterns hanging from the walls. A hooded figure slipped through the eastern passage with practiced confidence. The person's footsteps were almost impossible to hear. Clutched tightly beneath a dark cloak was the royal document that had disappeared from the palace archives only hours earlier. The figure stopped outside the servants' quarters. After glancing in both directions to make certain no one was watching, the stranger quietly unlocked a small wooden chest that belonged to Mara. The document was wrapped inside an old piece of linen before being carefully hidden beneath several neatly folded dresses. The chest was locked again exactly as it had been before. Within seconds, the mysterious figure disappeared into the darkness. Not far away, another pair of eyes observed everything from behind a stone pillar. Ivy. Her heart pounded violently. She had followed Princess Zara after growing increasingly disturbed by the princess's secret meetings, but the hood concealed the person's face too well for her to identify who had planted the document. When the corridor became empty once again, Ivy slowly stepped forward. She stood outside Mara's room, staring at the wooden chest through the slightly open door. Her hand reached toward the handle. She could remove the document. She could prevent whatever was about to happen. But then another thought crossed her mind. If Princess Zara discovered she had interfered, her own life would be ruined. After several long moments, Ivy lowered her hand. I'm sorry, Mara, she whispered. Then she quietly walked away. At sunrise, palace life returned to its usual rhythm. Servants hurried through the corridors carrying trays of breakfast, fresh linens, and baskets filled with flowers from the royal gardens. Mara arrived earlier than usual, greeting everyone with her familiar warm smile. Good morning. Morning, Mara. One elderly cook handed her a small loaf of freshly baked bread. "You always skip breakfast. You'll faint one of these days." Mara laughed softly. "Thank you. You spoil me." The old woman smiled. "You deserve it." Across the courtyard, Princess Zara watched the exchange from her balcony. Even the cooks adored Mara. The sight only fueled her resentment. Inside the Queen's chambers, Queen Nnenna was meeting with several royal advisors. "The harvest reports are encouraging," one advisor said. "Excellent." Another official stepped forward carrying a sealed letter. "Your Majesty, the governors from the western provinces have requested additional funding for irrigation. We'll review their proposal this afternoon." As the meeting continued, Captain Ibrahim entered the room. "Your Majesty, you asked for the latest security report." "Go ahead. The palace remains secure. However—" He hesitated. There was unauthorized access to the royal archives sometime during the night. The room immediately became silent. Queen Nnenna slowly stood. "What was taken?" "We're still investigating. Nothing appears damaged. But one document is missing." "What document?" Captain Ibrahim lowered his voice. "The original treaty between the royal family and the neighboring kingdom." Several advisors gasped. The treaty was one of the kingdom's most valuable historical records. If it disappeared, political consequences could follow. "Seal every palace gate," Queen Nnenna ordered. "No one enters. No one leaves. Until that document is found." The order spread throughout the palace within minutes. Confusion quickly followed. Servants whispered nervously. "What's happening?" "They've closed the gates." "Did someone steal something again?" Mara frowned as she listened. She prayed another innocent person would not suffer because of another theft. Unfortunately, someone had already decided who that innocent person would be. Princess Zara found Captain Ibrahim near the central courtyard. "What happened?" "The archives were robbed." "How terrible. Have you found the thief?" "Not yet. But we will." Zara nodded sympathetically. "I certainly hope so." She turned away before Captain Ibrahim could notice the faint smile forming on her lips. Elsewhere, Prince Daniel returned from inspecting the royal stables. One of his assistants approached hurriedly. "Your Highness, the Queen requests your presence immediately." Daniel arrived inside the council chamber moments later. "The treaty is missing?" "Yes." Queen Nnenna looked troubled. "This is no ordinary theft." Daniel folded his arms thoughtfully. "Who knew where it was kept?" "Only a handful of officials." "And the archivists? Then either one of them stole it. Or someone wanted us to believe they did." The Queen nodded slowly. "My thoughts exactly." Captain Ibrahim interrupted. "We've already begun searching every room." Daniel looked toward him. "Every room?" "Yes. Without exception." Queen Nnenna sighed. "I dislike searching the servants again after what happened to Mara." "But we have no choice." Daniel agreed reluctantly. "Proceed carefully. No accusations. Only facts." The search began shortly afterward. Palace guards moved methodically from room to room. Every servant remained outside while their belongings were examined. Mara stood quietly beside several other maids. One servant whispered nervously, "I've done nothing wrong." "Neither have I." Still, everyone remembered the necklace incident. Fear spread rapidly. Princess Zara arrived with Ivy. She pretended to comfort the frightened servants. "Don't worry. If you're innocent, you have nothing to fear." Mara smiled gratefully. "Thank you, Your Highness. I appreciate your kindness." Princess Zara gently squeezed Mara's hand. "We're friends now. I'll support you." Those words made Ivy feel sick. She knew exactly what waited inside Mara's room. Captain Ibrahim personally supervised the inspection. Room after room revealed nothing unusual. Finally, the guards reached Mara's quarters. She unlocked the door herself. "Please search wherever you need." Captain Ibrahim nodded respectfully. Thank you. Several guards carefully examined the room. The mattress, the shelves, the wardrobe. Everything appeared perfectly ordinary. Then one guard noticed the locked wooden chest. Mara, may I? Of course. She handed him the key. The chest opened. Folded clothing rested neatly inside. The guard carefully lifted several dresses. His expression suddenly changed. Captain. Everyone froze. The captain stepped closer. What is it? Without speaking, the guard removed the linen bundle. He slowly unwrapped it. The royal seal became visible. Silence consumed the room. One advisor gasped. The treaty. Another servant covered her mouth in horror. Mara stared blankly. I've never seen that before. Captain Ibrahim looked directly into her eyes. Can you explain how this came to be inside your chest? I can't. I swear. I've never touched that document. Princess Zara immediately stepped forward. No. There must be some mistake. Mara looked toward her with desperate hope. Your Highness. I don't know how it got there. I believe you. Zara answered softly. But. She deliberately paused. Facts are difficult to ignore. The surrounding servants lowered their heads. Some looked shocked. Others looked disappointed. Whispers began spreading immediately. First the necklace. Now this. I thought she was innocent. So did I. Mara felt her entire world collapsing around her. Captain Ibrahim remained calm. No conclusions. Not yet. He carefully wrapped the document again. Mara, I'm placing you under temporary guard. Until this investigation is complete. She nodded weakly. I understand. I'll cooperate. As two guards escorted her away, Queen Nnenna arrived unexpectedly. What happened? Captain Ibrahim showed her the recovered treaty. We found it. Where? He hesitated. In Mara's chest. The Queen's face filled with disbelief. No, I don't accept that. Several officials exchanged confused glances. Your Majesty. Queen Nnenna walked directly toward Mara. She searched the young woman's tear-filled eyes. Did you steal it? No. The answer came immediately. Without hesitation. Without fear. Only heartbreak. No, Your Majesty. I didn't. The Queen continued watching her for several silent seconds. Then she turned toward Captain Ibrahim. Continue the investigation. Do not assume guilt. Someone framed her once. They may have done so again. Princess Zara lowered her eyes to hide her frustration. The Queen still trusted Mara. Even now. Prince Daniel arrived moments later after hearing the commotion. He looked first at Mara. Then at the recovered document. Then at everyone's expressions. What happened? Captain Ibrahim explained everything. Daniel listened carefully. When the explanation ended, he asked only one question. Who searched the archives before sunrise? Several officials looked confused. Captain Ibrahim answered.